Knock, knock, knock. Is this thing on?
Hey,
There it is.
everybody. A little bit right on time, just like normal. We're right here, right on time. And we are live in the Owl's Nest. Super excited to be here today. I am Jamie.
I'm Alicia.
And together we are Royal Wise, which
Royal Wise.
is
That's you.
computer software training and support, specializing in QuickBooks Online, Microsoft Office, and all things Apple. Very good. We're not both in the nests today. Well, we're both kind of in the nest in different parts of the nest. But that's okay. The QBO Rockstar is in the music studio. Look at all that cool stuff you got behind you. How you doing today, Alicia?
I'm doing great, and I also have a new ukulele bass on the way that will hang up over on that side, I think, once it arrives.
There we go. And we'll mirror it so that it looks backwards or whatever.
Right.
Awesome. Well, we got some super fun stuff to cover in the Owl's Nest today. So let's just jump right in and start talking about what's going on here in the Royal Wise world. I'm going to pitch first, which is my podcast, JMac Fixes Everything. Episode 6 came out last week, and we would absolutely love it if you were to go check it out. So I'm going to throw into the chat a link to the YouTube channel, and you can just go to YouTube and search for Royal Wise. Matthew Fulton, hello there. Spot, how are we doing out there today?
Matthew.
Here's a link. You can always just go to YouTube, search for Royal Wise, and then go check out the JMac Fixes Everything videocast, or go to Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts and search for JMac Fixes Everything and listen to episode 6. The highlight that I want to talk about in this episode is, does Apple practice planned obsolescence? And if you don't know what that is, I define it, and we have a great conversation on the whole concept of planned obsolescence. Does technology force us into things? Are we forced into making technology different? All those sorts of things. My main point is you cannot love Apple for being an innovator and also hate Apple for being an innovator at the same time. Right? You got to decide where you lie. If you like innovation, hardware improvements allow software features. And if you want the new software features, yeah, sometimes you got to buy the new hardware. But we talk all about it, and it's super fun. And if you want to hear and be in that conversation, go check out JMac Fixes Everything. And I think there's another podcast that just put out their 6th episode also. Alicia, tell us all about it.
So I started a podcast with Hector Garcia called the Unofficial QuickBooks Accountants Podcast. And oh my God, it was instantly well received. We are somewhere in the top 50 up and down for Apple Podcasts, US News Podcasts. We have been fully sponsored by LiveFlow, OnPay, Keeper, and timesheets.com. So thank you guys. And if you want to check out any of those apps, if you go to our show notes for the show, we get discount codes and promotion codes for you guys. So definitely check that out. But I'm really excited. In the episode that just dropped today, it comes out every Thursday. And in this episode, we are unpacking the most recent In the Know from, I guess it's about 2 weeks ago, where we talk about the new features that are being released, and Hector and I dissect them in minute detail about what we like about it, what we don't like about it, and our brilliant ideas for what Intuit should do with them. So definitely come check it out.
They say don't give away the farm. Don't give away the farm, but it's always good to have a review or a comment. I had somebody just say, I don't want to spoil anything for you by giving you a review. No, more information. I make a better decision. I love it.
Well, absolutely.
Super excited about the podcast. And I think your audience has been growing and growing, right? More and more people are hearing about it. And you're hitting those top 10, top 25 lists?
Top 50 for the US news. Like right now we're hovering at 35. And so if all of you go listen to it today and subscribe to it today, then we will go up the list for the day, which is awesome.
And as always, subscribe and ring the bell and share and like and comment and thumbs up and all the stuff like that. We got some comments coming in. It says a podcast is exciting. Somebody even made a comment a little bit ago about the planned obsolescence. This is part of the reason why there has been new legislation focused on right to repair. So we're getting some great comments. Thanks for commenting, everybody. More engagement, more people get to see what we're doing while we're doing it live. Awesome. So is it time to talk about upcoming classes?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, I got some classes coming up for the first time in a few months. I kind of took the summer off, and that's totally fine. But Apple just released all of their operating systems, and I mean all of them. So iOS 17 for the iPhone came out 3 weeks ago about. iPad OS 17 came out around the same time, and then just last Tuesday, Mac OS Sonoma 14 came out for the laptops and the desktops. And so I've got a series of What's New classes starting tomorrow, Friday, October 6th at 1 o'clock Pacific time. We will be doing What's New in iOS 17 this Friday. It's just 1 hour of kind of some of the new features and demoing on the iPhone. Absolutely. Yeah, those are the iPhone operating system, iOS 17. Next Friday, on the 13th, is that it? What's happened? Is it the 13th? What's new in iPad OS 17 and some of the new iPad OS features. And then the week after that, on the 20th, is going to be Mac OS Sonoma 14. And what are some of the new features on the laptops and the desktops? And we've been playing with the new features. Alicia, I sent you a couple of stickers, some new.
They were so cute.
Of our dog Radar, and his tail's even wagging in the sticker. It's really
I have no idea if this is going to work, but I actually want to show everybody that these are the examples of the stickers. So that's a little sticker that he made out of a video of Radar, and so I get to see this little picture of my dog walking around.
And above that is actually a sticker of Alicia cosplaying as Star-Lord last week at Comic-Con. So that was super fun. And again, I made these stickers right out of my own photos. And so the dog picture is just a live photo. So any live photo you have, you can now pull the subject out of it and make a sticker out of it. You can just send it to somebody as a text, or with stickers, you can actually like put them on top of the bubbles, put them inside the text thread, like that the cosplay of Alicia as Star-Lord is on top of a conversation bubble. So stickers are new and fancy and all sorts of stuff.
And I actually cleared my schedule for this Friday so that I could attend your class so that I can learn how to do that. So I'm going to be in your class on Friday.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Star-Lord. Okay, and you got some classes coming up too. What's coming up on your schedule?
Yeah, so we are starting kind of from scratch with the beginning of our QuickBooks training. And so this coming Tuesday, I've got a class on setting up QBO. So it's got kind of two paths on it. One is if you're migrating from QuickBooks Desktop, and the other is if you're starting a brand new file. But I'm going to go over all the steps and all the things to look out for as you're doing it so that you get a good experience when you start a brand new QBO file. So this is good if you're a business owner who is switching over. It's great if you're a bookkeeper who is taking on new clients who are starting from scratch. So it's going to be a great class. And then on the following week, on Wednesday the 18th, I'm doing my QuickBooks Fundamentals Bootcamp again. So this is one of my favorite classes because this is the one where I go over all the basic of how to use QBO, where we look at the navigation and what's in the sidebar and what's under the gear and what's under the plus new button. And then how do you get money from your customers and clients? How do you spend your money, and how do you use the bank feed, and how do you do the reports? So like all the fundamental things that you need in order to get going with QBO. So it's kind of like the foundation course of my whole entire library. It's the very first course I ever taught in QuickBooks, but it went from 3 hours to 4 hours to 5 hours to 6 hours. And so now it's an all day. That's why we call it a boot camp.
Oh, that's awesome. It's funny, in my JMac episode, we talk about our approach to classes and learning and how important the foundation is. At RoyalWise, it's always really important for us to build a solid foundational understanding of the topic that we can then build on, get more advanced, and make sure that once you go deeper and you go more advanced, you're on solid footing. And that's why we really make sure that we go over those foundations and those fundamentals really, really thoroughly.
I like to say that I put the fun in fundamentals.
That sounds like a t-shirt or a bumper sticker I've seen before.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that I want to say about it is that when you take classes with us, everything is recorded, and then we're not just like webinars. We have a whole learning management system. So if you can't make the class, you can still sign up for it and watch the replay. And if you do, you know, I'm going to fire hose you with information. I'm going to give you more than you can remember in the time, but I would rather give you huge value. But then you can go back and rewatch the sections that you need, maybe when you need them. If you're not ready to look at running reports, you can wait until you are and then go back and watch. Now, for that reason, right now, a lot of you have probably noticed that QBO is actually undergoing a whole lot of changes in the interface. And so I'm actually re-inviting everybody who has ever taken the class going all the way back to 2018 to come and take this class again completely for free so that you can get to see all of these updates and some of these changes. So this isn't the class just for the people who register. There could be like literally hundreds of people in there. So I'm kind of excited about it.
That is spectacular. And another thing I'm going to mention, because this kind of came to me, I was just in my Apple happy hour with my subscribers, my membership students. Of course, my What's New classes right now are what's new in the operating systems that just came out, iOS 17, macOS Sonoma. But I've been doing my What's New classes for like 5, 6, 7 years, and those are in on demand in the library, and you can go back and see what was new in iOS 16, what was new in iOS 15. I think people don't realize that those features are still on your phone, right? Going
When
back.
I think
Go ahead.
Yeah, when I think of those classes, I mean, you would look at like what's new and all of these different versions and go, oh, I don't need that. But you actually should go back and look at all of those because it is the like deep dive on each of the features as they're introduced. So it's a kind of a different approach to looking at all of the features on your phone.
Yeah, just because it showed up in Monterey, it's not there now, right? So
Right.
definitely. Okay, with that, I think we did it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, thank you, everybody.
All right.
Love to see everybody in the chat. I think Mariette's out there, Matthew's out there, a few other folks. Thank you so much for coming and spending this time with us. We are super happy that you're here. Alicia, got anything else?
I think that'll doodle it.
With that, I'm Jamie.
I'm Alicia.
Together we're Royal Wise, and we will
see you in class.
See you in class, everybody. Thanks for coming by.